My grandmother handed me a sealed envelope on her deathbed and whispered, "Forgive me before you read this." 3 days later, I understood why she couldn't say it out loud. I was 17, sitting in a hospital hallway that smelled like bleach and goodbyes when the nurse pressed the envelope into my hands. Inside was a birth certificate, my birth certificate. But the name under mother wasn't my mom's name. It was my Aunt Rachel's. I read it 4 times, certain I was misunderstanding something. Rachel wasn't my aunt. Rachel was my mother. The woman who raised me, who packed my lunches and cried at my graduations, was actually my grandmother. I drove straight to Rachel's apartment, the paper crumpled in my fist. She opened the door already pale, like she'd been waiting 17 years for this exact night. "Where did you get that?" she asked, not really a question. "Grandma gave it to me before she died." I held it up. "Is this real?" Rachel didn't answer right away. She just stepped back and let me in, and that silence told me everything the paper hadn't. She was 19 when she had me. My biological father was a boy from her college who disappeared the moment she told him she was pregnant. Her parents, my grandparents, sat her down and made the decision for her. They said a baby would ruin her future, ruin the family's name in a town where everyone knew everyone. So they took me in as their own. Rachel became my sister on paper, my aunt in conversation, and my mother never again. Not out loud, not once, for 17 years. "You watched me grow up thinking you were my aunt," I said. My voice cracked in a way I hated. "You let me call another woman mom." "I didn't let anything," Rachel said, and now she was crying too. "I was 19. They told me if I said one word, they'd cut me off completely, and I'd never see you at all. I chose staying close over telling the truth. I told myself it was enough to just be near you. I wanted to scream that it wasn't enough, that she had stood in my kitchen 1,000 times and never once tried to tell me that she'd watched me call another woman mom at every birthday party and said nothing. But then I remembered the years she showed up first person, the way she always knew exactly what was wrong with me before I said it, the way she cried harder than anyone at my middle school graduation. It wasn't distance. It was a woman standing 3 feet away from her own child, forbidden from claiming her. That night I called my mother, the woman who raised me, and asked her straight out. She didn't deny it. She said her parents had begged her to take me in, to save the family from whispers, and she'd agreed because she loved Rachel and didn't know what else to do. "I raised you because I love you," she said. That part was never a lie. Here's where it stopped being simple, because everyone in this story had done something wrong, and everyone had done something out of love. My grandparents had made a cruel decision, but they'd also spent every day since trying to give me a stable home. My mother had accepted a lie, but she'd loved me exactly like a real mother would. Rachel had lost me twice, once to silence and once to circumstance, and had never stopped choosing to stay close even when it cost her everything. I sat between 2 women who both deserved the word mom, and I didn't know which one I was allowed to give it to. Rachel wanted to tell me softly that I could take my time. My mother wanted to tell me nothing had to change. Neither of them fought for the title out loud. They just watched me, waiting to see what I'd decide, like my answer would finally settle something that had been unsettled since I was born. I still don't know what to call either of them. Some days I call Rachel by her name and feel guilty. Some days I call my mother mom and feel like I'm choosing a lie over the truth. My grandmother's letter ended with one line I keep returning to. "I thought I was protecting the family. I never once asked what you would want." She never got to hear my answer. Neither has anyone else, because I still don't have one.